today is dump trailer day. Today on In the Woodyard, we're talking dump trailers. Here we go. So on my channel, one of the top questions that I get all the time: what kind of dump trailer do I have? Where did I get it? How much should I pay for it? How big is it? What's its capacity? What's it made out of? How does it work? How do I like it? What would I do different? What have I had before? I get a lot of questions about the dump trailer, and today is dump trailer day. I'm going to talk about it today because something just happened that was fairly substantial in my opinion, that I think it's worthy of telling you guys about and showing you some of the things. Now, the other reason I'm going to do this is it's almost exactly 1 year since I bought this trailer. It is a N&N trailer. They're made in Canada. It is galvanized, and I bought it at Thumb Trailers in Michigan, Sandusky actually, and they're not available in very many places. This particular trailer I think is only sold in 2, maybe 3 places in the United States, and in Canada there's obviously more places you can get it. Other parts of the world, I don't know. All I know is that I like it a lot, just like my good friend Lloyd Christmas says, I like it a lot. Here's the scoop for today. The reason I'm bringing this up is they just sent me the sweatshirt. Actually, they sent me more than just this sweatshirt. Let me show you. So here's a box of goodies they sent me. So in the box, I got this sweatshirt that I have on. They also sent me a navy blue sweatshirt. As you can see, Thumb Trailers. And here's the back. Thumb Trailers and Sales, Auto Sales. There's the number. It's in Sandusky, Michigan, over on the eastern side, and it's called Thumb Trailers. That's where I bought it. They're the dealer that was the closest to me. Great guys. Was real happy with how things went with it, and I've had it about a year now, so I figured now is a good time to talk about the things I like about it, what I would do different, why I chose what I had, but I thought I would bring this up. So the reason I'm bringing this up is that a few people have bought trailers from them that I referred the particular brand to them, and they went there and bought trailers from them. So I've had them on the channel. Now, they didn't do anything for me to be on the channel, so I bought this with my own money because it's what I wanted. Now, my first trailer I had, which was Trusty Rusty, you guys saw that one. I had that for 5 or 6 years. I bought it brand new. It was an okay trailer. It was a over-the-deck 6x10 trailer, all quality steel brand. I bought it at a place down the road here a ways in another town. It worked fine. I paid about $4,500 for the trailer, somewhere in there, but that was 6 years ago now, 7 years ago, something like that. And the brakes went out on it. It was starting to rust apart. I had to put new tires on it. I broke a leaf spring on it because it was overloaded, stuff like that. And it worked okay, but I needed something that was a little more dependable, something a little better. Also, the lights went out on that trailer several times from getting snagged or bumped or cracked and broke and things like that, and it wasn't LED lights, but it was an okay trailer. And I got an offer. Several people wanted to buy it from me when I was going to be upgrading, so I did sell it, and I ended up getting this trailer. Now, I chose this trailer after doing a lot of research. I looked at aluminum trailers, I looked at steel trailers, I looked at different trailers that were steel that had different coating on them as far as the spray that was put on it or the powder coating for paint, and I chose galvanized because everything I read about it sounded great. There were people that I had talked to that had this same trailer for 10 years and had no issues, no rust, no problems. And 10 years for a steel trailer around here in the Midwest where they put, you know, inches of salt on the road if it even think it's going to snow. So you're driving on salt all winter long. And that's why I wanted to get a galvanized trailer. Now, a lot of people think this is aluminum. It's not aluminum, it's galvanized steel. Now, everything on this is galvanized except for the leaf springs. The wheel rims, everything is completely dipped. It is a really nice trailer. Now, the guys I bought this trailer from sent me this nice little tumbler, the sweatshirts, and the one issue that I had with it is the battery was bad. It lost its power and I was only getting 1 or 2 dumps per charge on it. And it wasn't because of the quality of the trailer, it was the quality of the battery that was put into it. And that was a factory battery, which means at the factory they probably just slapped in whatever they had or whatever they could get. And there might be a reason why they had the battery in there. Maybe they couldn't go to the regular supplier and get good batteries. So I called up the thumb guys and mentioned it to them what happened, and I was having fuses get blown in the charging part of it, and we think it was the battery, because since then I haven't had an issue. It's been working great. So we're pretty sure it was the battery that was causing the problem. So we replaced the battery. So I put in a deep cycle interstate battery with 800 cold cranking amps, and the old battery only had like 650 or something like that, and it was a brand I had never heard of. So we put the good one in. And the guys at Thumb Trailers told me, just go get a good battery, get it interstate, because that's what they sell. And they would just reimburse me for it. So I went and did that. I went and I bought a good battery, put it in there. It's a bigger battery and it works just fantastic. So then they sent me this shirt, this other sweatshirt, the tumbler, along with a check that more than covered the cost of the battery. They added some extra money onto it, which is really nice. So this is a little letter they wrote me here. It says, Chris, put a little extra in so you can treat Tony to some A&W. We know we keep feeding him. Keeping him fed must be pricey. And a little fancy feast for the wood cats. So that's kind of cool. So Tony, I guess I gotta buy you another lunch. Don't like buying him lunch, he eats a lot. And then it goes on. Really though, very sorry for the battery was a hassle, along with any of the fuses. Let us know going forward if there's anything else you need or any other service issues on your trailer, Brad. So they took care of it, which is really nice because not all businesses take care of stuff anymore. And so I was really impressed with that, and I thought I would share that with you guys. So good dealership. So as soon as I'm talking about the dealership, and it's been about a year since I bought the trailer, I thought I would go over the trailer right now and just show you features, benefits, things like that, things I like, things that I would do a little different. There's not much I would do different because I really do like a lot. It's just an awesome trailer. So we're going to go over all that right now. So what I'm going to do is just a little more in depth on all the different parts and how everything works in case someone's interested in this particular trailer, just to show you, because I never really went in detail showing all the parts and how everything works. So we're going to do that right now. So this is how it closes here, and I put this little clip on just to hold it. A lot of guys will lock it. I know this will stay, but I put this clip on just to hold it. And so it's got the nice connector down here, the knuckle I think they're called. So as you bring it around over on this side, it's got a chain over here that's already on it. So all you do is you just hook it up right here. So there it's hooked, and you can close it a little bit farther. Sometimes I'll twist this around just to make it tighter if I'm in a tight spot so the door comes in closer. That's how that works. And it's got a little release here, so just pop that off. There you go. So that's how the doors work now. There are Zerks on the fittings pretty much everywhere where there's moving parts. There's Zerks here too, and so that's kind of nice. So come over here to this side. We got the same thing over here, that the door swings open and there's the chains hanging in. Now there's another chain there, and that chain is actually for the other swinging gate part that is on this trailer. That's a different feature. Now the one thing that I did a little different is I put my plate up here. There was a spot with 2 holes where you could mount it right over the top of their sticker, but the actual license plate holder is underneath, just down here. It's right there, and I didn't really want my license plate down there because what happens is I found is that if you're going through the woods and things, your license plate can get hooked and bent and smashed and torn off, because I had that happen on my old trailer because it was down low. So that's why I mounted it up high. So this does have a spreader gate, and all you gotta do is pull this pin right here, lift down, push down on this lever, and then you pin it back, and then this little hook right here, and then the whole gate on both sides. So it's over here also. Let's see over here. You got the pin right here, and this is what holds it. So this whole thing will pop out, and then you can use it as a spreader. So the whole gate opens like barn doors, or you can open the bottom. So that's kind of neat. Right here is where the ramps hook onto the back, and that's real nice and solid. Now my ramps are mounted right here normally, but I don't have them there. They got a nice rubber stoppers here, and they just pin on. But the ramps themselves, I store inside. I store inside because they weigh a lot. They're 80 pounds a piece probably. I don't know. They're very heavy. And also the other reason why I don't put them on here so I don't have to haul them around is that they wouldn't be hard to steal. I mean, because they're just mounted right out here, and they're really nice heavy-duty ramps. So that's why I don't have the ramps on. I store them inside. Now, one of the things I don't like, I like the fact that there's a full-size tire here, but what I don't like is the mounting system. It's very wobbly, and that's tight, believe it or not. So the way it connects down here, this is just right in here. This just slides down in there, and I got a bolt on it holding it. So the whole thing just drops in, but it's not solid. It's not in there like it should be. And I used to have a chunk of wood I wedged in there to hold it from rocking like that, but the whole thing does move, and it needs another washer back in here. That's something I've been wanting to do, but so you can see it's not real solid. That's the one design flaw I think that could be better. On the other side over here, back here, I should stop here. Right here, I did get the jacks, which I've used once. I didn't originally get these, but they were brought to me by Tony, because he went and bought the same exact trailer, and they gave me, Thumb Trailers gave me these stands on the back here, so when I put my tractor on, you don't have the weight of the tractor pushing down and squatting the trailer so much, so you can put these jacks on. The only way to get them on, though, and off, is you got to jack your trailer way up high, and you got to go in from the bottom. So these are on here, so that's why I left them on. Right here's where the other ramp goes. I do like the lower step here on this side in front, and you can walk all the way across the top of the fenders, which is really nice. So it's nice and solid there. I did put the sideboards on. I started with just the one like you saw originally, where I went to here. There's a nice pocket here, and then there's a bracket that holds right here in the middle, and then the pocket up front with the bracket that's bolted in. And then I added this one just this year. I put in the top one, and I cut it at an angle here so that the covering could go up and over, and I bolted in. I used galvanized bolts and nuts and washers on all of these, so I extended the sides up. So now, if I remember right, it's like 41 or 2 inches high from the base all the way to the top. So a little bit higher, nice and deep, and that's about as high as I want to go. And having it that high and cutting these at an angle still allows me to use the tarp up and over the top. The tarp is very nice. It's got a nice aluminum diamond plate over the top, and to release this, it's got a real easy release button here. You just flip up and you can crank it both directions. Tarp goes up and over, and then it connects down here right into this slot right here on both sides. So you can cover the whole thing pretty easily. So there's that. One of the things on a lot of trailers that I've noticed, they have these plastic caps that go on. You notice there's one missing here. About my third dump I ever did, that one came off. Here's the one where it is. You can get replacements, and then this one I lost not too long ago too. So those little plastic caps come off pretty easily, and you can lose those. It's got lights all the way around. They're LED lights on the corners and right down here on the light. And this brings up one of the things that I don't really like. I don't like the fact that the lights are mounted down real low like this, because this, if you run into a stump or something, that's the first thing you're probably going to hit. I think these lights would be better if they were right up here, right up on the top, so they were just mounted up here. That would be nice if they were off even to the side slightly or sticking out right here, but I think the lights should be up high like a lot of trailers are. So, but they stick out quite a bit, which they're nice lights and everything. They're nice LED lights, but I think mounted higher would be better. That's just me, but I could be wrong. There might be a reason why they did it that way. Let's go check out the internal parts, the guts here. So up front here, it's got the nice easy latch here. I mean, these work just fine. It's got the 2 5/16. It's got the breakaway brake switch. It's got nice heavy duty safety chains for chaining on. It's got the flexible cord, which is really nice. I like that a lot. Like I said, the jack here, it's got a Zerk there, and it's a drop foot on the jack, so you can go at different heights with it, so it works really good. It's got a nice locker up front where you can put your stuff. Now in here I put a block of wood to put it on for when I'm on location if I want to block it. I put in a tire wrench here because it's a special size that I didn't have for the actual lug nuts, so I put that in here so it's just always with me. This is the hydraulic fluid tank. I don't have a remote control switch, but I got a nice cord. I can walk all the way around to the back. It's nice and long, and it does have a magnet on here so I can stick it on stuff where I want it. This is the new battery I put in there. It's an interstate battery. I don't know if you guys, I can turn this way, so it's right side up, and it's a bigger battery than what I had, so that's a good thing. One of the cool things about this, well, there's lots of them, but this is one. Well, first of all, this is an aluminum box, which is really nice. It does have a battery charger built right into the side, so it's a trickle charger, and it's got, all I have to do is plug the cord right in. So I don't have to actually have a battery charger. It's right there. The other thing this has is it does charge right from the hookup into the battery, and we did have the fuse blow a couple times, but we're almost positive it was because I had a crappy battery. Have not had an issue since then. I've changed the fuse 3 times, and it's been working just fine now. Another really cool thing is that when you're up all the way, this is a gravity down, so I can either use the button to go down, or, which even is easier, this little knurled brass nut right here, you just turn it, it's a release valve, and it opens up the gate basically on the valve here, and the fluid will flow out, the hydraulic fluid will flow out, and you don't have to use your actual battery for going down, so it works really good. The nice thing is when I am doing a dump, I can pull ahead, come here, all the wood is out, I can release this valve. By the time I get around to the back, it's coming down, and I get around back here, and by then the whole trailer itself is down probably halfway. I can swing one door in, swing the other door in, close the door. By the time I get back up front, the trailer is down all the way to the bottom, and I can close that valve up, and it's done. So it works really good that way. It also has these little hooks, or these little holes right here where your safety chain is supposed to go. I usually just lay mine right over here so the chains aren't drooping down, touching the ground. So I just tuck them right in here, which works just fine. Close this up. Onto the works here. This is probably one of the main reasons I bought this, besides being a galvanized trailer. This is a single front post ram, and instead of having scissors or a single ram or a double ram underneath, this lifts from the front just like a dump truck does. So you got much more power up on this end, and it's a 3-level telescoping lift, so I can go up 3 levels. It goes way higher than any other trailer I've seen as far as the steepness of the angle. And as you know, if you're dumping, steep is good because gravity is a good thing when you're using a dump trailer. So I can get up really nice and high, and wood comes out really nice. When I first got it, the galvanized surface was kind of rough, and it wasn't very slippery. But after I hauled a bunch of gravel and dirt and logs coming out of it all the time, the surface on the bottom now, on the bottom of the trailer, is getting nice and polished and really nice and smooth. So every time I dump with it, it just gets better and better. Now there was a guy that I had talked to that bought this trailer, the same model, same everything trailer. I think he said he had his 8 or 9 years, maybe 10 years, something like that, and he said never had a problem, and it looks the same as the day he bought it. Now they did tell me that over time the patina on this will turn more of a gold color, but I haven't noticed it yet. Right now it's just covered in kind of road salt. There's a lot of salt on it here, but you can see where it's kind of a little bit of gold here and there. There's a few spots that you're going to notice that it might look a little bit more warmer, and I've never washed this yet either, so well, anyway, there it is. It is a N&N. There's the logo. Bought from Thumb Trailers, galvanized. And there you go. So, oh, size, I didn't mention that. So, right here, my weight for the cargo is 7219, and it's a 10,000 pound trailer, which means this trailer weighs about 2,800 pounds, something like that, because I think my number is 9819. So 10,000. So it's got twin 5,000 pound axles, full size wheels, and I now have active brake controller on the inside of my truck. So now I have brakes on the trailer, which I should have did that right away. Very nice to have that, and the controller I got works fantastic. So there it is. That's the trailer. I like it a lot. I went over everything I can think of. So if you got any questions in the comments, you got any comments you want to make about it, if you think this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, that's nice. If you think it's the worst trailer ever, let me know. I think it works pretty good. Oh, I didn't mention, 13,000 is what I paid for it. That was about a year ago. It could be 14 now, I don't know, but that's what I paid, 13. And it's been a really good company to deal with. I really like the quality of it, and that's everything I know. So right now you're gonna poke some buttons, because I'm gonna be back tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. with another video just for you. Between now and then, go to my channel. There's 980 some videos waiting for you to watch right now. Good night, Irene.